An issue that is of utmost importance: women going through divorce. They no longer have to face the trauma and pain all on their own. The Divorce Source, it's a website that provides divorced or divorcing women with information, inspiration and resources to help them pick up the pieces. To tell us more, we're joined in studio by Stacey Lewis, who is the founder of The Hub, and Mandy Levine, who is currently going through this process with Stacey's help as well. Ladies, good morning to you. It's lovely to have you here on the program.
Morning.
It's quite it's a real thing to talk about, but it is quite a sad thing to talk about, how, to try and make divorce easier and to help you through the whole process, because you don't really want to touch on the subject, do you? But it's a reality.
Absolutely. It's a startling reality. In South Africa, 42% white people getting divorced, 50% black people.
Wow.
Massive.
On an annual basis, is that what we're looking at?
That's what came out this year from
Sure.
Stats SA.
Yeah. People say sometimes it's easier to get divorced than it is to get married. Just the process is easier.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
The
Okay.
process is not easy.
It's not an easy process.
No, it's a very, wow. If one can compare it to being in many ways worse than a death.
Yeah.
Because a death you can grieve and you can get over, and a divorce, especially when there are children involved,
Yeah.
it's an ongoing grieving process. You then get to a better point of acceptance, and you have to then deal with the person forever when there's children involved.
Well, Mandy, let's focus on you for a little bit, because you're going through a divorce right now, and I mean, what makes it worse? You mentioned children. You've got 5 children, and I mean, you were telling me their ages, it ranges from 12 years old to 1 year old. I mean, this has to be one of the most difficult things that you've ever been through.
This is, without a doubt, the most difficult thing that I've ever been through.
Yeah.
It is, one never thinks it's going to happen to them. Divorce happens to other people. When you get married, you think it's forever.
Yeah.
And it's really the end of dreams and hopes. And, you really, as I said, you have to grieve it and go through it and feel raw pain that you never could have imagined. You sink to the bottom. You think you'll never be okay again.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can't crash. You have to keep your children going. They are the innocent victims of the divorce. But thank God I'm now at a point where I don't see us as victims anymore. I see us as survivors. And the amazing thing is, really, you gain a resilience that you never could have imagined, and you can pass that gift on to your children when you make the decision to.
Stacey, I mean, what led you to start something like this? I mean, obviously, you'd interacted with a lot of women that are pretty much in the same situation as Mandy, and perhaps having nowhere to turn to. So what was behind you starting this hub?
Okay, so I'm a divorcee myself. I divorced 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I had 3 kids. My oldest was 3, my youngest was 8 months. I had a terrible time myself. Suffered from severe depression, weighed 38 kilograms, really hit rock bottom, and then made a decision. I'm going to create a good life for myself, and I did. And through the years, informally, I've coached a lot of women through the process and helped a lot of women, and I just thought, how could I reach more people? I just want to help whoever I can, because it's not the end.
Yeah.
And if only I had something at the time when I was going through it. So I really thought, what would I have liked at the time, and what would have helped me? And this led to the Divorce Source. It's new. We launched on the 19th of November in 2015, and we've had almost 14,000 visitors to the website.
Wow, goodness me. Which just shows you that
The
there
need.
are desperately unhappy people out there, and the need for it. What about women that find themselves, I mean, you're going through a divorce right now, but there are a lot of women that are not brave enough to take that step, and they may be, whether they're in an abusive relationship or whether they're finding themselves in a situation where, they can't get out. They don't know what to do. I mean, do you help women in that way as well?
Absolutely. So currently where we are, we've had to phase it because I'm funding the whole thing myself. So phase 1 was information. So we have good content posted by professionals. So we have content posted by our in-house attorney, Noah Kinsler. We have what happens if you're in an abuse situation? What are your rights? What can you do? How do you get an interdict? If you don't have money, how do you access legal assistance? Phase 2, what we actually have is we in negotiations at the moment with a counselling college to actually facilitate free online counselling. We're busy with all the nitty-gritty behind it, but that's the vision, so that we can even make counselling accessible to people who can't afford it. Additionally, I'm also in touch with attorneys that do provide pro bono, so people can also email me at info@thedivorcesource.co.za and tell me whatever their unique situation is, and if I can help, I will. But we do have a lot of resources to help.
Yeah, so it's info@thedivorcesource.co.za.
Yes, that is correct.
Just let's wrap it up. I mean, Mandy, how has the Divorce Source helped you? What has it done for you to make this process, as difficult as it is, slightly easier?
It's, for a woman going through a divorce, it offers resources, it offers some inspiration. You can connect with other women that are going through divorce, which is huge because you feel so alone.
Yeah.
And you can read stories. I myself have written for Stacey. You can read stories about women that are going through a divorce, and you can connect with Stacey, who is just out there wanting to help and has been through it herself and is an amazing inspiration.
Well, thank you for coming on and talking and being brave about it, and thank you for helping so many women as well. I mean, like we started the interview saying, it's not necessarily a subject you want to touch on, but it's a reality, with statistics out there showing that when you're talking, 42% of the white population are getting divorced, 50% of the black population. There's something fundamentally wrong, but the reality is it's happening, and there is help out there. Stacey Lewis, the founder of the Hub, and Mandy Levine, who is currently going through this process, talking with the Divorce Source, the website that provides divorced or divorcing women with information, inspiration, and resources to help them pick themselves up. That website is on the screen. Thank you.